This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the small business sector on Grand Bahama getting another opportunity to obtain special funding from the Caribbean Export Development Agency. Tonight, Sabrina Brown tells us that business owners learned more about the program during a one-day workshop at the Pelican Bay Resort today.
The Caribbean Export Development Agency's Direct Assistance Grant Scheme workshop was designed to inform small and medium-sized business owners of the opportunities available for grant funding and how to apply. Persons who have been in business at least 2 years and qualify for the business grant will have to make the investment, and CEDA will then issue a reimbursement of 70%. CEDA Representative Christopher McNear says since this initiative was launched back in 2011, they have received some 500 applications from throughout the Caribbean, but only one came from the Bahamas, which was approved. It is believed that many prospective applicants are deterred by the tedious process.
We recognize that the application process can be somewhat tedious. But we have seen where we have done these workshops before, and they have proved very, very successful.
Senior Grant Advisor with CEDA, Kirk Brown, says the organization is working to ensure that more Bahamians can benefit from the program.
We've done a lot of preparatory work before with here in Freeport, but I think timing is always something that we have to look carefully at. We've had discussions with the Development Bank. We even signed a MOU. So we've been trying to put things in place so that you yourself can find an opportunity if it is that you have cash flow problems in terms of financing the grant.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority co-sponsored the event. According to President Ian Rolle, the grant writing workshop comes at an ideal time as the island is poised for an economic turnaround.
A major focus of our business development team at the Port Authority is to not only attract new business, but also assist business owners who are already making a contribution to the local economy. Today's workshop is evidence of our continued commitment to helping your business grow. Limited financial resources are often mitigating factors when businesses fail. This workshop is geared towards reversing this trend through educating Bahamian firms and business support organizations on available funding, as well as the correct procedures for the application process.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, the resurgence of Grand Bahama's airline industry evident as this island began welcoming new airlift from 2 additional cities out of Canada. The latest Sunwing aircraft arriving this past weekend, and as Joan Davis will report, some drama surrounded its arrival.
It was a second Sunwing flight to arrive on Grand Bahama in 2 days, and according to officials, it's booked solid. It was a sight many hope will become a regular occurrence. Watching Sunwing's 737 flight touch down at the Freeport International Airport shortly after 2 p.m. on Saturday. The occasion not only providing an exciting Kodak moment, but a significant boost to Grand Bahama's airline industry. Director General of Tourism David Johnson says Grand Bahama's tourism tide is beginning to turn.
We worked very hard, the partnership of the Ministry of Tourism with Hutchison Whampoa, with the Sunwing Group, with the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, and really the entire community. This is a collective effort for us to do what we knew we could do, which is make Grand Bahama a first class and also a leading destination in the region. I think we're on our way to doing that, and we'll see rebound in Grand Bahama tourism this year.
However, the airline's arrival not occurring without a hitch. Fire officials were forced to spring into action as a fire alarm went off in the terminal, forcing passengers to wait on the tarmac longer than anticipated. When the all clear was given, passengers received the Grand Bahama welcome on the inside, but just on the outside of the terminal, another situation was looming. 4 charter buses began filling up with Sunwing passengers, and taxi drivers say they felt slighted that they were not getting a piece of the economic pie.
Unfortunately, the bus ain't going full. We're going with 6 or 7, 10 people, and that's not fair.
How many people the bus can?
Actually, the bus can hold 50 people.
They told me to get something of the flight, and Grand Bahama been in such a downturn for so long. We're happy that the flight is coming. We know people are going to the hotel, but we are not benefited.
we should get something, not just sit here and watch everyone go on the bus. I think it's totally unfair.
Ironically, as this scenario unfolded, with no police official inside, a vehicle blocked the entrance of the airport, creating a bottleneck and bringing all activity to a halt. Immediately, tourism officials responded.
It was never, and it won't be, the right thing for the Ministry of Tourism to be a part of a program that dislocate such a large segment of the community in the transportation business. So our team, led by Betty Bethel and Terrence Rubbert here, they will be collaborating with the taxi union leaders and the taxis themselves to really see how they can benefit much more than they did today going forward as the numbers increase. It was never Sunwing's intention that 100% of the business go to any one source.
Moments later, the driver of the vehicle was located and the movement of the nearly 200 visitors eagerly awaiting a Grand Bahama vacation experience resumed. Joan Davis Rolle, Saturday Night Network News.
Well, tonight, the president of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union is taking issue with Saturday's incident and claims that it is another example of unfair treatment of taxi drivers. Megan Shepard has this report.
We are outraged. We felt we've been lied to. We're tired of just talking.
Tonight, President of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union, David Jones, is speaking out on what he says is another unfair issue happening in the tourism and transport sector on the island. He says he met with several agencies and it was promised that all tourists coming in out of Canada would be dispersed equally when it comes to transport.
The idea was that the fares would have been dispersed fairly. This is not happening. Mr. Forbes or no other tour company went out there and advertised their business and brought these people here. Like I said, the government used their resources. They subsidized some of these companies, so all the citizens should benefit. I'm definitely going to meet with the membership as soon as possible. I've sent emails. I can show you emails. We've asked the government to reply. We think the road traffic definitely need to step up doing their job. We've asked them for personal meetings to no avail. Ministry of Tourism seems like they just want to pass to actually phase taxi out for some reason. And I personally point them out, and I wish you would print that, because I'm personally pointing them out. The thing is, as a collective bargaining agent, all of us, persons who are the head, should be concerned about every citizen being able to eat or live comfortably in this country.
Jones says he also has an issue when it comes to parking in the Port Lucaya area.
The parking spot now for taxis were cut down to about 20 spaces for taxis. We have about 600, at least over 500 taxi drivers on the line. Basically, now we have about 95% of the plates are on the road at this time. There's approximately hardly any parking in Port Lucaya, none to the new hotel that they're doing. They've redone it to accommodate again buses again. We asked them to make the accommodations for taxis a little bit more pleasurable. Taxiing is a essential business in the tourism business, and again, the slots are getting smaller rather than bigger. So I'm trying to figure out if we think in future-wise.
Jones says he is fed up with the talking and meetings when no resolutions seem to come forth.
My next step is, honestly, we will not meet with none of them again. We will meet with our membership, and they will actually hear from us. And again, it's not a threat. We just want to sensitize the public. Enough is enough. And we are tired of talking. We ask to be talked to. We ask for meeting. We ask for all of these positions, and again, to no avail. So I will meet with my executive tonight. Then I'll try and meet with the membership early as Wednesday, Thursday, and we will take it. We will go forward from there.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Now, the Director General of Tourism, David Johnson, says that the taxi union president have no grounding in truth. Johnson says Sunwing has a list of all the service providers, and they have told the ministry that they haven't selected one on record as yet, but they're more still concentrating on getting the resort open. However, Johnson says Sunwing did indicate that in the interim they intend to rotate services to get a sampling of what is being offered before contracting a long-term service. Now, as it relates to the Ministry of Tourism, the Director General states that the ministry maintains that it is always desirous of equitable distribution of business among all suppliers. Johnson says he plans to meet with the taxi union on Grand Bahama on Saturday to discuss how to assist in preparing the taxi union to participate more fully in the businesses that will come to Grand Bahama. And a 30-year-old man of Holmes Rock, Chino Deal, was charged in court in Nassau yesterday before Magistrate Andrew Forbes with 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. He pled not guilty to the charges and was remanded to Her Majesty's prison until May 1st. Deal's arraignment is in connection with that incident last week when DEU officers discovered a blue and white go-fast boat in the Holmes Rock area with over $2 million of suspected marijuana on board. Meantime, police are continuing investigations into this matter. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.